1,800 people from all over Indiana and of all ages gathered to see Gary Johnson speak to Purdue University President Mitch Daniels about his campaign and his goal to reach younger demographics, which is now at 35% in the polls. Johnson is currently at 10% overall in the polls behind Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
70% of America doesn't even know that there's another party running. Currently we're representing 18 million voters, and that somehow we should be representing 21 instead of 18. Well, I think if we were in the presidential debates and 100% of America knew who we were, that I would be the next president of the United States. I do believe that I reflect what most millennials believe. That's what I believe. I believe most millennials recognize that government isn't the answer to everything. I think most millennials recognize that choice in life, freedom, liberty, I should be able to decide anything in my life that I want as long as I don't harm others.
Mitch Daniels began the conversation by asking Johnson what his stance was on many political issues, including immigration, military and foreign policy, and drug legalization.
Doesn't kill anybody. There's not been one statistical death that has been registered as a result of cannabis consumption on the medicinal side, directly competing with legal prescription drugs that kill 30,000 people a year.
During the forum, a Navy veteran, part of a group called Restore Freedom in Indiana, voiced his support for Johnson, along with 250,000 other veterans pledging to vote for Johnson for president. Johnson currently has 39% of military votes in the polls, while Trump has 31% and Clinton has 14%.
He's among active military personnel, and I am their choice for president of the United States.
It's the difference that this country finally needs. I think an honest politician who's going to be straight with the people and to give freedom where we need it everywhere. Purdue is a large microcosm of college campuses across this university who have people who want to vote for somebody who's actually going to bring real change to this country.
I'm a registered Republican, but this is the first team of honest politicians I've seen, and I like what they have to say. And my conscience tells me that I should vote for Gary Johnson and Bill Weld.
The millennial generation definitely is not tied to any political parties yet. Hopefully a bunch of the Purdue students here will hear about this and be like, oh, I haven't heard about him. Maybe I should take an interest since it's happening right here. I really love Gary Johnson. I'm very passionate about him and his campaign. I would die of joy if he got elected, and it's quite an honor. You know, this is my first year where I'll be politically active, turning 18 back in April. And I have such a great candidate to vote for, like Gary Johnson. I'm not settling for him. I am excited to vote for Gary Johnson.
Although Johnson is far behind in the polls for now, Purdue is happy and proud to have our second presidential candidate speak on campus during this election. Johnson wants to make sure everyone gets out and votes this November 8th. Sarah Cohen, Fast Track News.
Unpredictable answer